Hello again, everyone. Welcome to the NRC Helpful Moment number 87. We certainly appreciate you joining us. I'm Richard Weil, and I'm the Principal and CEO of National Restaurant Consultants. Thanks for joining us again. Mr. Brian Devine, the President of Top Line Management, Cafe Fuel, we welcome in as always. Brian, how are you today?
Terrific. Thanks for having me as always, Richard.
All right, great. Well, our special featured guest today is Mr. Michael Kirkpatrick, the Vice President of Acosta Food Service, and he is located in Denver, Colorado, but he's responsible for many markets. And Michael, we'll let you talk a little bit about Acosta, and then I'll ask a couple of questions about relationships from your team in terms of working with your principals, and of course the key accounts and key relationships you have across the country. So Mike, if you would please give us a little bit overview of Acosta for a second.
Yeah, good afternoon. Thank you so much for having me today. I really appreciate the opportunity to speak with you all. As a reference, Mike Kirkpatrick with Acosta Food Service, and we're a national food brokerage company that's been about 8 years in development here. It was about 8 years ago that Acosta decided to expand its services from retail, club, military into food service. And so we came together as a company. We represent multiple clients off of multiple different categories throughout the country. I am responsible for Colorado West, and our goal really is to sit there and find a meaningful and productive way to connect product with people and making sure that our clients' products fit the operator need out there for you.
Well, that's a great overview, and of course, the history of your family, your third generation in the food service and hospitality industry, knowing your grandfather and father well in terms of Kirkpatrick Brokerage, which is now, of course, as you said, Acosta Food Service. Your company has had relationships not just in Colorado, but throughout the Rocky Mountain region. How is COVID playing right now with that relationship with the customers, with the end users, the restaurateurs and the food service operators, and how that relates back to your manufacturing principles? Can you give us a little bit of a peek under the tent on how that's been over the last 5-6 months?
Sure. Well, it's certainly been challenging, but take a number, right, in terms of those that have experienced, unique challenges and the, need to adapt more so than ever before. We've been lucky in terms of we've kept our at Acosta, and so what we've done is provided an opportunity for us to get closer to our operators, our distributors, and our manufacturers. Being that we've been busy throughout the entire COVID period, we've found different creative ways to go out there and connect our clients' products out there to the street through our traditional restaurants, college and universities, chain restaurants, as well as trying to find non-traditional outlets as well, being more in the C-store, retail, ghost kitchens, and really allowed us to build our equity more so with an operator and try to find different ways to help them during this uniquely challenging time.
What do you see your principals pivoting towards as far as expectations in terms of working with the food service and hospitality industry that's changed since COVID's startup and through where we're at today? What are their expectations? How have they modified?
Sure. Well, it's a good question. It's a broad question. So I think the number one thing that we've done is really try to reconnect the supply chain, understanding how challenging, the reality was in terms of distributors having inventory on hand, unstable forecast when it comes to usage of any particular item. So their expectations and our own expectations have been really to try to use data and identify some of our best customers, go out there, reconnect the supply chain to the best of our ability, but also sit there and try to find opportunities for incremental sales and unique opportunities to help an operator, whether it be scaling down their menu, finding an item that has multiple applications, and whatever it may be. But really the expectation has been for us to get out there and to be their voice and to be the conduit between the manufacturer, the distributor, and the operator.
I know the things that Acosta has done for many years that I find extremely helpful is the weekly commodity report that you all do publish. I suspect that is available for your key accounts and for customers in general. Is that something that most food service operators can have an opportunity to get on that email list?
Yeah, absolutely. And I can provide contact information for everybody, but really we, as Acosta, we're actually a large customer and acquirer of data through NPD, through Technomics, and through different forums out there, so that we can best help understand where the market is going, so that we can best accommodate and be nimble to the changing reality, which is changing day by day, as we very well know, Richard.
Yeah, so supply chain right now, I'm sure you guys and gals in your company were absolutely getting, I don't know what the word beat up was, but come in April and May, I suspect the phones never stopped ringing. How are things developing and shaking out right now, Mike?
Yeah, so the good news is that it's getting better as we sit there and go a little bit, longer into this COVID period, and we're really increasing the communication and do the best that we can to sit there and make sure that we understand the needs of the distributor and the operator so that they can match production against it. The challenge is, though, is that there's so many variables out there that it will continue to put pressures on the supply chain. But really the one thing I would say is make sure that you're communicating with your partners out there and let them know which priority products really you must have that are your most profitable, your best-selling options, so that we can do our very best to make sure that we have supply for you.
And that really does start with the operator communicating with their distributor of choice, and that distributor then has open communications with Acosta and other supply chain principals, because it's imperative right now that the operators really think not just where we're at in September of 2020, but where things might be coming as the holidays are really right around the corner, hard to believe, but making sure that the word is communication, right?
No doubt about it. I mean, it is the most fundamentally important thing that we can offer right now, and it's the one thing that we can control. We can't control all these other things out there in the world, but we can certainly control our communication. And so, again, with your distributor, with your broker, with your vendor partner, is let them know what you need, and we'll do our very best to accommodate so that you can get the items and products that are most applicable and necessary for you to run your establishment properly.
So to flip a little bit over to the marketing side, I'll have Brian Devine. Any questions for Mike, or anything that you certainly want to add in terms of the 87th NRC Helpful Moment on the marketing side?
Absolutely. Thanks, Mike. I appreciate all that information. And let's just tag along with the communication part of what you were talking about. And this is something that has happened regularly and recently when talking with other restaurants. They think of their reaching out and communicating with their list as putting something up on Facebook once. And that is not the same as communicating with your list. So that always makes me nervous when I realize that's what people are thinking. So if that's what you have been thinking, stop. Build your list so that when Facebook does terrible things like they are known to do, you don't need them. And I'm speaking from experience. I spent pretty much all morning fighting with Facebook, trying to get a few just simple things done, because they constantly are changing, and then things break. And then they don't know things break until we tell them that they broke. So what I don't want for you is that you think that you can just put something on Facebook and then your people will see it. Between 1% and 3% of the people that actually like your page will see what you post. And if they specifically go out of their way to follow your page, you might get somewhere between 7 and 12% of those people to see your post. So that is not a good communication tool. Think about how you're going to build your list, and if you know how to use a phone, you can reach your list. So it is that easy. We actually have great systems that we can walk you through. You can do it yourself if you want, but we designed things so that it's just really easy. You don't have to do anything other than just let people join your list, and then we have actually improved it. So now, rather than having to log in anywhere, you can just send a text from your phone. It will reach your entire list, and you can do that whenever you'd like. So I really want you thinking about that communication, not just with your distributors, with your supply chain, but also with your customers, and let them know what's going on so that you can always kind of wake up in the morning and go, hey, we've got extra of this, or we just got this in, we want to let people know, and then you can do that. So that's what I had for you today.
Great things from both Mike Kirkpatrick and Brian Devine. I want to add one thing. Mike Kirkpatrick is somebody that I've pretty much known most of his life, if not all of his life. I can tell you he is developed into one of the highly thought of food service professionals, not just here in Colorado, but throughout the country. And Mike, we want to thank you for being here today. And if you wouldn't mind emailing me that contact if somebody's interested in obtaining more information about Acosta, let me know what that info email might be, and we'll post it to this 87th NRC Helpful Moment as well, if you would please, Mike.
I'd be happy to do so. Richard, it's always great to see you. Thank you both for welcoming in here today.
Yep.
Appreciate the opportunity to speak with you all as we navigate this chaotic world around us, but we'll get there.
We will. That's it for now, everybody. So long for now. Thanks. Bye.